going for the basic concepts of this chapter. Now what we did, what was the definition especially for the inverse function, what we did in the last chapter. Now suppose we are having a function, we are having a function from a to b, f written first, a function f from a to b. If you remember f, we can write here also, we can write on the arrow also, a function f from a to b such that fx is equal to y such that fx is equal to y is 1 1 and onto, is 1 1 and onto 1 1 from domains to range, and range should not be empty, that is for onto, surjective function. A function from a to b is such that fx is equal to y is 1 1 and onto, then we can define a unique function then we can define a unique function. Then we can define a unique function. Now we are taking another function, unique function, a function g from b to a function g from b to a such that now what we are writing here, such that from y to x, okay, a function g from y such that gy is equal to x, where x belongs to a and y belongs to b. Okay, if you remember, this was a very nice definition for the inverse function. Now domain of g becomes range of f, we can write it, domain of g is range of f, and range of f is domain of g, and range of f is domain of g. Now this function is called which function? G. Now you can write it, the function g is called inverse of f. The function g is called inverse of f, and it was denoted by f inverse. So why I have given you a definition again? Because we are going to use this definition in our concept, for the basic concept. Okay, now again, for a function f from a to b is such that fx is equal to y is 1 1 and onto. When it is 1 1 and onto, if it is 1 1 and onto, then we can define a unique function g from b to a such that gy is equal to x, where x belongs to a and y belongs to b. Now we are taking a function. Now suppose we are having a function sin x is equal to y. We are having sin x is equal to y. Now what sin x means? Okay, so now let's use this space. This was a nice definition which we have already done in class 11th. Now let's start with explaining this one. We are having a function sin x is equal to y. This is a function. Now can you tell me what sin x means here? What this written sin x is equal to y, what it means? What is the meaning of sin x is equal to y? Now number one, anyone? Yes, sine of angle x is y. It is sine of angle x is y. Very nice. sine of angle x is y. Any other thing? Okay. What is the value of x? What is the value of x, you can say, or if you we want to go some systematic way, what is the value of sine of x? Okay, what is the value of sine of x? What is the value of sine of x to get y? Okay, to get y. And exactly what sine x was, what the teacher taught you in class 10th, it was ratio of perpendicular to hypotenuse. Ratio of perpendicular to hypotenuse. Okay, now we are having sin x is equal to, suppose we are having sin x is equal to 1 by 2. We are taking sin x is equal to 1 by 2. Now we want what is the value of x so that sine of angle x is y. Now sine of angle x is equal to half. So we can write it that sine pi by 6 is equal to half. Now why it is so? Why half means what? If we are drawing a right angle triangle, we are having this as a x. Okay, this angle is as a x. Now when we are taking, now this side is 1 and this is 2. Okay, so this is simple thing, that a function from sin x equal to y. Now for the inverse part, but remember one thing, don't be confused again. As in the beginning I told you that sin x is never 1 1. Now I am going to show you when it is 1 1, when it is on 2. Okay, this is the thing this is the concept of our chapter. This is the thing which we are going to do. Now basically, if we are having sin x equal to y, it means these things which I have written on the blackboard, sine of angle x is y. Can you just think for the inverse part? Can you think for the inverse part? Now we can say, we can feel, basically you should feel, your inner should be feeling that, can we find the inverse or what the inverse is? Okay, basically you can find the inverse. Now if we can just review all these things, we can get a student is just have a chocolate, he is opening the wrapper, putting the chocolate in his mouth. Okay, now what the inverse part is, he is showing a chocolate to you like this, that this is a chocolate, from where I got it from that it was inside the wrapper and it was inside my this pocket. So similarly there can be lot of examples for this part. For the trigonometric part, now we are having, suppose it is written sin x is equal to 1 by 2. Earlier also I wrote sin x equal to half, then I wrote sin pi by 6 equal to half. Now the pi by 6 was the value which we were knowing that this is half. Sine of angle x is y. Now only y is given to you. How to find x? Now how to make this angle? What should be this angle starting from the 0? Starting from 0 from here, what should I think about the angle that exactly? Now suppose this is 2. I have taken the radius as a 2. Okay. This is the base. Now I want to raise it in such a way that it should be exactly 1 here without measurement. I am not taking a measurement. So when we are getting these things, then we will be having an angle here. Suppose there is a computer is just moving the angle like this, moving the arm of the angle like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and at when this distance it is moving from here, it is moving and moving and moving and moving and moving, and here it stops. When it stops, when this is 1 and this is already 2, here it stops, then we are mirroring the angle, then we are getting that this angle is pi by 6. That is the inverse. Okay, that is the inverse. Now you can say that we are having, now suppose for this we are written sin x is equal to y. It means sin x is equal to y means, now when we are having sin x is equal to half, let's take another g function. As I told you, we just right in the beginning we took two functions, one f and one g. Now we are having again a function g which is having a y, and what should I put here now? Sorry, if g is having half here, is g is having half here. So earlier what we wrote, sin x is equal to y, sorry, we wrote fx is equal to y, a function from a to b, we wrote fx is equal to y. Then we wrote only inverse is possible if the f is 1 1 and on 2, when g of y is equal to x. So we wrote this thing. So let's wrote this function. Now g half denotes y. Okay, so we are writing gy. Now here we are writing gy is half. Okay, so when g half value is put in the work, then what the answer will be, that is pi by 6. This is the inverse. Okay, this is the inverse. Now we can write it, sine of angle x is 1 by 2, or what value of x, here we write what is the value of sin x to get y. Okay, here we can write if the value of or the ratio of perpendicular to hypotenuse is 1 by 2, then what is the angle? You can write it like this, if if the ratio of perpendicular to hypotenuse is 1 by 2, then what is the angle? Then what is the angle? Or you can write what is the sine of angle. We can write it, what is the angle means sine of angle. Then it means we are ratio perpendicular to hypotenuse. This is the inverse of that part, totally inverse. Okay, so like this one, if we are having a function from a to b, f is a function from a to b, and we are writing sin x equal to y, then a function from b to a can be written as sin y is equal to x. Okay, so when we are writing sin 1 by 2 is equal to pi by 6, earlier we wrote sin pi by 6 is equal to 1 by 2. Now what we are doing, we are finding inverse, and what the result will be, we are writing sin inverse x. Okay, we are writing y x is equal to sin inverse x. Okay, this is the thing which we are going to write it. So this was a very nice explanation for this part. Now the thing is that I told you that we are going to make it 1 1 and on 2. Okay, so for making it 1 1 and on 2, we were having a nice Venn diagram. Now I am drawing here a Venn diagram. First of all, again, which we wrote a previous one, fx and this y. Okay, I told you sin x is equal to y. Okay, so this is for sin x is equal to y. Now let's start it, minus pi by 2 to pi. Now what the values we have taken there, from here it was from minus 1 to 1, range was from minus 1 to 1. Now we were having this function was many to 1, this function was many to 1. Now suppose we were having sine 90 degree pi by 2 as 1. Okay, pi by 2 was 1, minus pi by 2 minus 1. Okay, minus pi by 2. I am sorry for this part, this is, you can easily, we have already, I have given you this one, and for this one we are having pi by 2. Okay, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. Now here it is 0, this is 0. Now suppose we are having here pi 0, minus pi 0, 2 pi 0, minus 2 pi 0. Okay, then let's we did a nice example for sin x equal to 1 by 2, pi by 6. Now we are having pi by 6, let it be a 1 by 2, Okay, after pi by 6 it was 5 pi by 6, then 13 pi by 6, again 1 by 2. We are having lot of values as we have already done it. Now this was many to 1, many to 1. Now I am just finding it on the, you can say, mirror image for whole of this, not for this one, for whole of this, a mirror image. Okay, so now this becomes sin y is equal to x. Now this is x and this is y. Okay, 1 minus 1 to 1 minus infinity to infinity. Now I am, without writing the values, I am just showing you what we are getting. We are getting for one value, suppose like this one, for second value any other value, like this one. Now what is the difference between these? This is a function, this is a relation. This is not a function, it is relation, and it is from 1 to many. This is for 1 to many. This part is many to 1. We can write it not, we can write it not 1 1, not 1 1, but on 2. Right now it is on 2. Okay, not 1 1, on 2. This cannot be inverse. If we are just taking the mirror image, or I told you domain of domain of G or a second function will be the range of the first one. Okay, range of first one will be the range of the first one is the domain of the second one. Okay, similarly now when these were domain, these were range. Now when this is range, then these are the domains. Okay, so now clearly it is visible that this function, when I wrote it, if sin x is equal to y, and I am writing that sin pi by 6 is equal to 1 by 2, then I gave you sin y is equal to x and sin 1 by 2 is equal to pi by 6. I gave you sin 1 by 2 is equal to pi by 6. Then we can write it this function as inverse of x, sin inverse x. Then we can write it this as a function, it is called sin inverse x. But here it is not. Here it is not. It is clearly visible that it is not. Okay, and secondly I gave you horizontal test also. In the horizontal test we were having a line horizontal drawn like this. Now only for this small graph the line is intersecting at 4 points. So this is not 1 1. If it is on 2, it hardly matters, because on a specific range we can say that it is on 2. So the given function for sin x is not 1 1, it is on 2 or not on 2. Then how to find the inverse? Only one possibility is there for finding the inverse, if we are having some restricted domain and range. Right in the beginning what I told you, if we are going to have some restricted domain and range for the trigonometric functions, then we can find the inverse of the trigonometric functions. We are going to do it. Okay, and the inverse ratios, trigonometric functions for the inverse inverse trigonometric functions are very much helpful in the calculation, especially for defining some integrals. Okay, it is helpful in science and engineering also. Okay, and a very nice topic. So now we are going to I am going to show you how to find the restricted values. Okay, how to find the restricted values, and when I am going to show you the restricted values, then after that we are going to do all the values, all the trigonometric ratios with a graphical representation. Okay, so when restricted domains and restricted range are shown to you, then it will become a very nice thing to understand all these things. Okay, so basically the thing is, whenever you are doing your chapter, always do from your heart. Okay.